Hey guys, happy Friday. We've been trying to do a little bit of like wedding updates on the blog for you every Friday, and I figured that we would do a Q&A today. So I asked if you all had any questions, and I have some of them here on my phone that I'm gonna read, and we're gonna kind of just go through them and talk you through like what sort of event we're planning, because we are engaged, got engaged in March, and are getting married on November 10th. So it will be here before we know it, really. It's hard to believe it's already July. It's kind of crazy, but let's get straight into it. Ready?
So, question one.
Okay. So you're first this time.
Okay.
Because you can't copy all the answers.
Right.
Okay. First question. First look, yes or no, what do you think the advantages and disadvantages are?
First look, yes. Advantage. You get to see each other before you actually like walk down the aisle together, which I think is important. I don't know, just to get the maybe the initial emotion out of the way. I don't love like crying in front of everyone or being incredibly emotional. So maybe we could do that in private rather than, in front of 150 people.
Because you're a crier.
I'll probably cry either way, so it doesn't matter, but yeah, whatever. Yeah,
we are going to do a first look. That really wasn't a question that we like debated on, both of our personalities. I think like kind of like Ethan said, we would rather have like a personal moment like that just in private. Not that I think that it's bad if you don't do that. It's just, I think it's a personality like thing more so than anything.
No, I definitely think it's like to each their own kind of thing.
So. Well, and also it's kind of timing too. So like by doing a first look earlier in the day, then we are able to then do photos. And so we're going to do a whole bunch of our photos ahead of time so that we don't keep people waiting for a long cocktail hour like before the reception.
We want to party.
Taking photos. So I think that kind of helps that too.
Yeah. We want to get right into it after the wedding.
But as far as like where we're doing first look or how we're gonna do it or who's tapping on whose shoulder, like we haven't like figured out any of those details. I mean, we can't just like walk up that day and wake up that day and be like, I don't know, where do you want to go?
I assume we'll think about it at some point.
We'll figure it. Actually, maybe our photographer can just like decide all of that, and we'll just follow her lead. We're fine with that. Okay, question number 2. Are you taking a honeymoon immediately after? If so, where?
You go.
Okay, so we are not going to take a honeymoon immediately after. I am the type of person, and I think you're like this too, that really likes to plan for a trip, get excited for a trip. I think part of the like most fun part of the trip is the build up to it. So we just knew with our wedding being November 10th, and I have a birthday, then we have Thanksgiving, then immediately after that it seems like you start holiday stuff and then Christmas. And so we knew if we did a full honeymoon like right after that it'd be kind of rushed. I mean, we could have done it if we wanted to.
Yeah, certainly.
So we're gonna wait until like the new year to do like a full trip. But what we are gonna do, which we're excited about, is you can tell this part.
Like immediately after, almost like a little mini moon.
Mini moon.
I think we're gonna plan to go to Nashville right after, which is close to us in Lexington, and it'll be fairly easy, and we'll be able to enjoy our day. 2 days, I think, maybe in Nashville, two or 3 days.
Which I think will be really nice. We're gonna plan to do not a whole lot of anything. Maybe like go to dinner and go to a spa, and that's
do what we always do.
Right? We're working with the Fairlane Hotel in Nashville, so I'm super excited to stay there. It looks really nice. We have like a corner king room with a bunch of windows and stuff. So it should just be like an easy drive on down there for like a couple of days and then just chilling.
Yeah. And also a more relatable note for the honeymooners. We're doing it in the beginning of the year, I think, because I'm going to be out of vacation time at work, by that time in the year, because we've got wedding stuff. I had a bachelor party I just went to. I mean, like throughout the year, essentially, I've had all these trips to where like, what am I gonna, I have no time left.
We went away this summer.
So we figure at the first of the year, I'll have obviously all new vacation, and we can kind of set something up and do that.
Yeah, so we will do a big honeymoon.
Oh yeah.
Just not immediately after the wedding.
Yeah, Europe probably.
I'm excited, super excited about that. Okay, next question. Are you having an afternoon or evening wedding? We're trying to decide on what time to start our ceremony.
I'll answer. Evening. I think 5:30. Is that? I'm I'm assuming I'm right. 5:30 or 6:30.
This is why you didn't really want to go,
Right.
because you're like, you should know that.
No, I knew it wasn't afternoon.
We
obviously.
do have this part
5:30.
figured out by now. So.
Yeah, we've got our whole day essentially scheduled through photographer and
Thank God
stuff,
she did all
and
that for
just
us.
just trying to keep things moving and figure out how things work. So, no, 5:30, and we're gonna do. Should I say, food wise?
Oh, we don't 100% know.
We don't really. I guess we don't actually 100% know, but anyway, good food, evening, wedding.
The week that we chose to have our wedding, like the week before, the time changes. So the sun sets at 5:33. So we're gonna do a 5:30 ceremony so that we'll have some daylight. It'll be really pretty, I think, when our guests
sunset.
are arriving and stuff. Yeah, and then afterwards, because we were kind of debating between 5:30 and
Right.
6:30. I have always wanted to follow that superstition of that you're supposed to get married on the half hour so that you can finish on the upswing. I think it's just good luck to be finishing as the clock goes up rather than as it's winding down. So I did want to do a 5:30 or a 6:30. So 5:30 just works out better for us. Probably would have done 6:30 if it hadn't been for the time change falling the way that it did.
Probably only because we like to party later. I think I would have rather partied later than.
Well, and it would have
started
given us
earlier,
a
if
little
that
bit
makes
more
sense. I
time in
don't
the
know.
afternoon to take photos
Right.
and get ready. But
Right.
this will be fun. We're gonna
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
we're gonna
about
get it all
It's
in,
perfect.
so it's no big deal. Okay, next question. You ready?
Right.
Okay, what direction are you going with for floral designs? It's so overwhelming. It is overwhelming.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a lot to think about. It's not just your bouquet. It's also you want everything to be cohesive. You want everything to tie in together. Any of the arrangements that you use on the tables, same goes for all of that and
Right.
everything. I think what's really important, because it can get I think where it gets overwhelming is looking at all the different images on Pinterest and looking online and going to a bunch of different weddings and comparing, what you see out there. Just close your eyes and think of what kind of arrangements you like. What do you like in the
Right.
middle of your table at home? What are your favorite colors? That sort of thing. So we've just tried really hard to stick to that and not really let everybody else's opinions fly
Right.
in the mix. I like things that are incredibly plain. Sounds bad, but incredibly plain.
Yeah, not plain, just mono. I don't know.
Yeah, monochromatic. I like one type of flower in an
Yeah.
arrangement. I don't like a bunch
It's-
of different things mixed together.
And again, that's not a knock against anything. It's more
No.
so just getting that vision into reality. It's just hard. I mean,
Even with ourselves. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll pull up different images that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pin that. I really like it. And then I look at it again later and I'm like, no, I don't like the greenery around that though. If I really think about it, I really just
Right.
want a bunch of white flowers. So it can be hard to kind of nail it down. But I think just take a step back and think about what you really like, what you'll like from 10 years from now.
Right.
But in answer to as far as what we're doing a bunch of white
flowers.
Really,
not shocking.
And I'm really, really, really pumped about it. We actually had another meeting with the person that's doing our floral designs last Saturday. Well, Ethan wasn't there.
Yeah,
He was
I
at a
wasn't
bachelor
there.
party, but me and my mom did, and we talked about how many specific roses we're going to put in my bouquet and in the other attendants and this and that, and it just made me really, really, really excited for the day. So I think we've kind of narrowed it down to where we're doing white roses, some calla lilies, ranunculus, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
And then some greenery swags for the doors and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then everywhere that we don't have floral, we're just doing tons and tons of candles to make it really romantic and an evening vibe.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. And your flowers are going to be the same too. So
Yep.
White rose.
All good.
Yeah. All right, next question. I don't remember who's answering first, but anyways, here's the question. How many people are you inviting? I think it's your turn actually.
Okay. 10. No.
We wish. Not really, not 10, but
That's not true. But I think it's ended up right around 200. It's just really hard as
Yeah, I
you
think
start
it's-
cutting stuff down to find the right number. I mean, you have to focus on family and friends, I think, first, and then as you go down that trail, it's one person leads to the next, and I don't know what you do, really. I don't know what the right answer is.
yeah, it's hard. I think it is back to about 198. Honestly, this has probably been the hardest part.
Yeah, no, without question, it's the hardest part.
It's a hard balance because we want a small intimate affair just because that's more our personalities. The thought of standing up in front of that many people terrifies me already. but you want to please all your family and friends too. And at the end of the day, the day is about them as well. So you want whoever
Right.
they want to be there. And so that number keeps rising and rising, even if you try to keep it small. But I think what we're really getting into is, at the end of the day, I think our parents and everything would just be like, that's fine, the more the merrier, kind of. But our venue is small.
Yeah.
So we're having to make cuts, and it's like it's not because of like our budget or
Right.
our preferences or anything like that. We really just only have as much space for so many people, and we are like cramming people
really
in a million
past
different
that, I was
directions.
gonna say.
Yeah, we really should have cut it off at 125, but
And we just said 198, so that tells you. But I don't know. Hopefully things will go smoothly and it'll all be fine. Everybody will find a place for those, 15 or 20 minutes that we're doing the actual ceremony, and then
yeah, that's where we're going to be a little tight on seating.
You know.
But I
the rest
guess
of the night will be perfect though. We've got plenty of space for the rest of the night. We just
Yeah.
need to get through about 25 minutes of the day.
yeah. But after talking to other people, this is hard for them too. So I guess if I had any advice, it would just be to just have patience during this part of the process, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a great event if all those people
Yeah.
come, because they're all people that we
Yeah.
love and care about and care
And that's
and
what-
love,
that's what
and it's
even
about
our
them.
parents
So
say.
yeah.
A lot of the time it's like you want all 198 people to show up, and you'd rather do that than not enough show up, and then it's like no fun either. So you want the biggest party you can have.
Yeah, I mean, we want all the people that we love,
Right.
to be there. I guess as long as we can get through the part where we have to stand up in front of all those people and this, I don't know. I'm like already really nervous, but
Next question.
all right. Okay, next question is, well, this kind of plays into it. What have you enjoyed the most and the least about the planning process?
Are you going first?
Yeah, I guess it's my turn, isn't it? So what I've enjoyed the least is like making up the guest list, but in addition to that, it's the invitation process, because it's like once you finally finalize your guest list, then you have to get like names and addresses and formal names and actual first names rather than nicknames or middle names or things they go by. And do they have kids, or are they married to their significant other, or do they just live together? Like there's so many edits that you have to do, I feel like.
And you don't
to the
realize
guest
that like
list.
Buzz Johnson isn't actually called Buzz, or
Right.
whoever. It's like, and you got to get all that stuff figured out, what their names are, and then you got to make sure their addresses are right, even when you think they're right. And it's
Yeah,
like
people are giving you wrong zip codes and stuff. And we're doing it too, and our list is coming from a bunch of different directions. Like my dad sending me some via text message. My mom gave us a paper list when we were at her house. Ethan's mom had an Excel sheet that it doesn't matter, none of it makes a difference, but you've got a lot of information coming from a bunch of different directions, and I'm like, well, I know I'm gonna offend somebody, so I just hope it's somebody that I can apologize to.
Google Sheets is a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's
that is how we
constantly
put all that together
updated,
and
and
everything.
that's real nice.
But I think that's been really the hardest part is actually getting the invitations and that
Right.
list fully out the door.
Okay, most enjoyable.
Most enjoyable part, I don't know. It sounds kind of lame, but just planning an event with you. Ethan has an opinion on everything, and I don't say that in a bad way. I say that in a really, really good way. He's not the kind of guy that I can say, "Do you want white or purple flowers?" And he's like, "I don't care." He's like, "I want white flowers, and I want them because of this, and I feel like they need to have this look." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly me too." And I can say something, and we just bounce off of each other. So I think being able to because our styles align pretty much 100%. I mean, I don't know about 100, but because our styles align so well, it's been really fun to plan an event, because we both have the exact same vibe in mind that we want. And so it's been fun to figure out how we can share that with the people that we love.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I agree with all that. It's lame and not a good answer, but definitely the worst part is getting the invitations together, as Lindsay said. I mean, it's the whole thing is just kind of a nightmare.
And it's nobody's fault. I don't really know how we could have done it any better. It's just a hurdle.
I think favorite part so far is we took our families to go see the venue together. As the first time
that
a lot
was
of her family had seen it. My sister got married at our event space, which is cool, and now it's I'll be getting married there as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
But we got to have everybody in the same space together and go look at it, and it's I mean, you'll see it eventually, but it's really a classic place, and it's very different than your normal wedding venue. So I'm excited
But that was
about
a fun day. Yeah, I
Yeah, it was a
agree.
good day.
Yeah, and we did that pretty soon, like right after we got engaged, just because we kind of had it in mind already. So
Yeah.
we wanted to go ahead and like set that. So
Once
that
my
we didn't have
sister
to
said
look
it was
anywhere
okay,
else. Yeah,
the-
we're like, Emma, can we copy your wedding? And she said she didn't care, and I was like, yes,
Done.
this makes it so much easier.
Check.
So, and we're excited about it too. So, okay, next question: how long will your engagement be?
Well,
I don't know.
I was gonna say, you
How
all know.
long, how long is that?
It
So
was
we got
middle of March,
engaged.
so
It was Pi Day, 3/14.
Yeah, 3/14.
3.14. So that's how I'm always going to remember it, I think. So what is that?
April, May,
Yeah.
June, July, August, September, October, November. So eight and a
8
half
months.
or 8. Yeah,
Yeah.
right at 8 months.
And we're like almost like
8
5
months,
out
and
now.
to me, 8 months seems like it's like that's still forever. I know people do like 18,
You're just
18
like, you're
month
miserable,
engagements.
you're dying. Like,
I'm
this
just
is
not a
awful.
waiter. I'd rather go ahead and like get it done.
Yeah.
I figure I can plan a party in 8 months. I mean, if I can't plan a party in 8 months, then it's, there's an issue.
That is a short engagement though to a lot of people. A lot of people will do like 1.5 years, 2 years, 2.5 years. And sometimes that's just based on like.
And we've been dating for forever, so it's not like it's, 4+ years going
Yeah.
on 5 years. So it's not like that we haven't had the process of getting to
No,
know each other.
I mean we're ready. It's not that. A lot of times I think it's like with cities and stuff, like venues get booked and this and that. And
I could see that.
we've run into like a little bit of that with vendors, but not too
No.
much. So yeah.
Maybe some caterers. Catering might have been my least favorite part too, and we finally found one.
Yeah, we found somebody that we're excited to work
No,
with. And we
invitations
haven't
are
really nailed
terrible.
down like what we're gonna eat, but we know who's gonna make it.
Yeah.
So we've at least gotten that part kind of done. Okay, how many flip-flops should you buy for a reception, and how many women on average use them? So this is a question that I got that I really don't know the answer to. I know that's not very helpful of me, but we are actually not planning on providing anything like that, but I know a lot of people do, just to like alleviate your feet, because who can spend that much time in heels. But I think from just like what I've seen online and what I've seen like from other weddings and stuff like that, is a lot of people will just buy like the small, medium, large, and they'll buy the most of the like medium and large and have them out and have like a cute little sign with them that says something about like using your feet on the dance floor or something. And then another thing that I've seen that it's kind of along those same lines that I really like is if you're doing like an outdoor ceremony, or if you have an outdoor space to use later on in the night, is people will do like wraps tied up that you can grab, like a wrap or a shawl, blanket, like a scarf.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
it'll say something about like keeping you warm as
Keep
it
warm.
gets chilly.
I like that
or
idea
something
much
like
better than
that.
flip-flops.
You don't like flip-flop? You just don't like
I
Ethan.
mean, like,
Ethan hates.
what?
Ethan
Why?
hates sandals. He like.
I don't
thinks
wear sandals
He
at
does
the
not own
beach. I don't-
sandals. Like no matter we're at the lake right now. He doesn't have
I
any
will not wear
sandals. Like,
sandals.
well, not everybody can just wear sneakers all the time.
I don't know what to say other than I think wearing flip-flops at a wedding is weird.
Well, but like sometimes you just gotta take your heels off.
That's true.
And you just
That's
gotta
true.
go with
Listen,
it,
I
so.
don't. I'm not hating. I just at
What if I-
my own wedding, I'm not sure that that's something that I would like.
What if I wear my Golden Goose sneakers? Do you think that's okay?
It'll be fun.
You hate those shoes though.
No, it's not true. I like them. I don't like the price.
Wow. Anyhow. Okay, next question. Are you going with DJ or band?
DJ.
DJ, but we don't have a DJ yet. It's something that we have not booked, but our intention is to go with a DJ and to have a DJ by November 10th. I just need to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, we just gotta find one that works for us. We've talked to a few, and I don't think any of the ones that we've talked to so far are
100%.
ideal. So we'll find somebody. I think that is less likely to be like completely booked up, and there's a lot of different options and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, but we do want a DJ, and we are asking for song requests on our invitation reply. When they send back, they can request a song, so that we'll have like a really fun playlist, I think, picked out for everybody for the night. And we'll definitely have some songs that are not allowed to be played, like do not play
Chicken Dance and Electric Slide.
the YMCA. Like, no Macarena.
Right.
Okay, next question. How will you and Ethan exit the wedding? Any sparklers? We have not thought about that.
I was gonna say, I don't know, actually.
It's funny because throughout this process you still get things that come up that you're like, oh, I hadn't gotten there yet. I don't know how we're gonna exit.
People are gonna throw their pizza at us on the way out. No, I don't know. I could see us doing something maybe. I mean, I don't mind
send
that.
us your ideas.
Yeah, there you go.
We can
Send
use your ideas clearly. So send ideas of something that's like fun.
But not everybody else does. I feel like everybody either does sparklers or
yeah,
rice or confetti.
But
or...
I love sparklers.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
really
sparklers
cute
are cool and they come out for good
photos.
photos
Yeah.
too, which is what you want.
Okay, maybe we'll do sparklers. Okay, last question, because I think this is probably a really good one to end on. Are you having fun planning, or is it stressful?
Fun for the most part.
I'm having fun. Like, honestly, I've enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to. Again, the only stressful part really has been like the invitation and the list
Right.
and all that. But I mean, I
No,
haven't been
everything else
stressed
has
out
been
by
actually
anything.
been
It's actually
really
been
good.
really fun. Like,
I think maybe getting the caterer set up was a little stressful, but I don't think of it as like the entire process is stressful. I think of it as like I was a little worried that we would not find the caterer that we wanted or something like that, but it's worked out now, and I think everything will be fine. So
yeah, you just have to dig through. I mean, there's a lot of vendors out there, and you just have to dig through a lot before you find one that, for whatever reason, feels like it fits and feels like, you know, they understand your vibe and it's somebody that you can work with easily and all that. But I feel like we've done that with a lot of things. We still have some like boxes to check off, and there's still a lot to do, but I've really enjoyed it. Like, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Way more than I thought I would.
no, and I like the whole process too. It's been fun planning something and finding the things that we like for our day rather than what is the norm. So
Yeah, I think that's what made me enjoy it. As soon as everybody like kind of gave us the freedom to not do anything that we didn't want to do, like we're not doing anything at all because we felt like we had to. So then everything you are doing seems really fun and enjoyable, and like it's just going to be a really good day. So I'm trying to figure out a few ways to make the actual like day of less stressful for me, just because I want to enjoy it, and I know that I could tend to get like really frazzled, just with like, you know, it's a lot of attention on you, which makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
So trying to figure out a few days to make that less stressful, so that I don't want to be like, yeah, the planning part was great, and then the day of the wedding I was like a nervous wreck. So I want to make that not stressful as well. But no, I mean, so far so good.
yeah, I agree. I think we've done well.
Yeah. All right, well, we will leave you here. Hopefully we answered a lot of your all's questions. There may have been a few that we didn't answer, and that's really just because there's a few things that we want to keep like a surprise. So not that you're in the wrong for asking at all. We want to be an open book, but for this occasion, I feel like it'll be fun to have a little bit of an element of surprise and stuff too. Yeah, we'll have tons of content on the blog as soon as it's all said and done. So
all of it.
Cool. Well, thanks for sitting and having a chat with us, you all. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.